Have you noticed how things start to change after 70? Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and even socially. The truth is, once we cross this age, life no longer feels like it used to, and no one really prepares us for that. But ignoring these changes doesn't make them go away. If anything, facing them head on is what helps us live better, longer, and more peacefully. That's why we need to talk about something many people avoid, the five harsh realities that come after 70. They are not always easy to accept, but every senior should know them. Because when you understand what's coming, you can make choices that protect your health, your happiness, and your peace of mind. Let's start with the first one. Your body slows down, sometimes in ways you didn't expect. Healing takes longer. Your balance isn't quite as steady. You might find yourself out of breath after climbing a few stairs or needing more rest after simple activities. This isn't weakness, it's biology. After 70, muscle mass decreases, joints stiffen, and the immune system doesn't respond like it used to. But that doesn't mean you have to sit down and give up. It just means you have to move differently. You have to stretch more, warm up before activity, stay hydrated, and pay closer attention to nutrition. You don't need to run marathons. Simple walks, light strength exercises, and regular movement can make a huge difference. The key is consistency and not intensity. The second reality is a tough one. People start to disappear. Friends pass away. Family gets busy. Your social circle starts to shrink. And before you know it, loneliness starts creeping in. It can hit when you are sitting in a quiet house, waiting for the phone to ring, or when you realize it's been days since you had a real conversation. This kind of loneliness doesn't just hurt emotionally, it affects your physical health too. But you don't have to accept it as your new normal. There are still ways to stay connected. Join a local group, start a new hobby, volunteer your time, or reach out to old friends. Even one good conversation a day can brighten your mood and shift your mindset. Don't wait for someone to call. Be the one who reaches out. And if your circle is small, that's okay. Focus on quality over quantity. A few meaningful connections are better than 100 shallow ones. You are still important. You are still worthy of love, friendship, and laughter, no matter how old you are. These aren't easy truths, but they are real. And the sooner we face them, the better we can handle what comes next. Let's keep moving. The third reality you will face after 70 is one that may surprise you. You will have to make peace with the fact that things will never be as they were. It's easy to look back and wish for the good old days, to long for the energy and independence of youth. But here's the thing, you can't go back. And in many ways, that's okay. Because what comes with aging is the chance to live in a way that's more intentional, more fulfilling, and more grounded than ever before. That's a tough pill to swallow. I know. You may think of all the activities you once did with ease, the adventures you had, the big dreams you chased, and now some of those things seem out of reach. But this doesn't mean you have lost your spark. It just means it's time to redefine what joy and fulfillment look like. It could mean less travel but more time in nature, less hustle but more time spent with the people who matter most. The changes aren't bad, they are just different. This can be empowering if you let it. You might even find that you can enjoy life in ways you couldn't before. Remember, not every adventure needs to be a grand one. Sometimes the small everyday moments, like reading a good book or watching the sunset, become the richest experiences. Next, let's talk about health. As you age, health issues become more common and you'll need to take a more proactive approach. Whether it's managing blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, or something else, your body will require more attention. Gone are the days when you could just ignore minor aches and pains, thinking they would go away on their own. This doesn't mean you will be sick all the time, but it does mean you will need to stay on top of things. You will need regular checkups, a focus on a healthy diet, and possibly some daily medication. And if you're not already, you'll need to stay active because the longer you keep your body moving, the better it will age with you. Exercise isn't just for weight loss or strength, it's a key part of preventing future health problems. But here's the most important part, don't be afraid to ask for help. This could be as simple as asking a family member to remind you to take your medicine or hiring someone to help with tasks that have become harder to manage. Accepting that you can't do everything on your own isn't a weakness, it's a sign of strength. Knowing when to delegate, rest, or seek help is an important skill that many of us overlook until it's too late. As you settle into this new phase, you might also find that the way you see the world starts to shift. What once seemed important, career, material possessions, even certain relationships, might lose some of their significance. You may start to prioritize peace, simplicity, and the things that make you feel whole. But don't make the mistake of thinking that means you should stop planning or stop dreaming. You might not have the same physical stamina as before, but there are still many adventures to be had. There are still goals to achieve. Maybe it's writing that book you have always wanted to write, learning how to paint, or simply traveling to that one place you have always wanted to see. Your dreams may have evolved, but they are still valid. And sometimes the quietest dreams are the most fulfilling. As we wrap up, let's talk about the final harsh reality. Your time becomes more precious. As you get older, you start to realize that time isn't something you can take for granted anymore. You become more aware of how quickly it passes and how much you still want to do. This realization can be both sobering and liberating at the same time. You may find yourself thinking, I don't want to waste time doing things that don't matter anymore. And that's perfectly normal. In fact, it's a sign of wisdom. The older you get, the more you understand what's truly important. Relationships, meaningful work, peace of mind. Those are the things that matter now. And as time becomes more limited, you are less willing to spend it on things or people who drain your energy or don't align with your values. This is the point where many people make the mistake of becoming more passive, thinking it's too late for me to change. But that couldn't be further from the truth. It's never too late to adjust your priorities, to learn new things, or to start a new chapter. In fact, with time becoming more precious, it's actually the perfect time to invest in yourself. If there's something you have always wanted to do, whether it's learning a new skill, rekindling a hobby, or reconnecting with old friends, now is the time. Don't wait for the perfect moment because it may never come. Life doesn't get easier as you wait for the right time, it gets harder. So take action now. Even small steps forward will bring you joy and fulfillment. It's not about the quantity of time, it's about how you use the time you have. And remember, this isn't about doing more or achieving more. It's about living fully with intention and being present in the moments that matter. It's about giving yourself permission to rest, to enjoy simple pleasures, and to let go of what doesn't serve you anymore. So, as we wrap up these five harsh realities, I want to leave you with a simple message. You are not defined by your age or by the things you can no longer do. You are defined by your ability to adapt, to love, and to find joy no matter where life takes you. It's never too late to make a difference in your life or in the lives of others. Take care of yourself, embrace the changes, and remember aging doesn't mean giving up. It means having the chance to live in a deeper, more meaningful way. Here's to making more years count, no matter how old you are. Here's to embracing the journey. Cheers to living life to the fullest, no matter your age.